Dean's Dustbin. So today we got a new build and a new client. Got some friends, they recently bought a house and they're remodeling it, and they had a little bit of a problem that they needed some help with, so they reached out to me, and we'll just show the clip, we'll show you what we're doing.
So we bought the house. We got this chimney hole in it. So I reached out to my buddy at Dean's Dustbin and asked him if he could do a steampunk style piece of artwork to cover that hole up. And he agreed, and now we're waiting to see what he comes up with. I'm pretty sure it'll be awesome.
So yeah, now you see what we're dealing with, but there's a big problem with this thing. I am familiar with what steampunk is, but at the same time, I don't work with metal. I work with wood. And unfortunately, steampunk comes down to a lot of gears and things like that. And it was like 3 days into this thing, and I'm like, oh shit, how am I gonna do this? I've also been one of those people that in my life, it's that point of if I can think it, I can do it, and there's nothing that can stop me. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a steampunk build. Very little woodwork involved. But I think it's going to be fun. So they kind of left it up to me. I know that hole is got about a 12-inch diameter that I need to make a plate for. And then from there we're going to build a steampunk around it. And what I'm going to be doing is I asked him kind of for ideas, and one of the things he said to me was, what about an eyeball? And I kind of went with that idea. And I liked it, and I came up with this kind of design and an idea. But so we're gonna be making a steampunk eyeball, but at the end of the day we're making a clock. So craptastic drawing, this is kind of what we're going for. I got a clock in the center, we're gonna make a metal eyeball, some gears, and over there we're gonna have a faucet. The one thing in life you can't get back is time. So I thought about this eyeball, and I thought about the iris, I thought about a clock, and so I'm calling this piece Lost Time, because there's one thing that I really wish I could get back in my life, and that's more time with my grandfather. Dean is the inspiration for everything I do in here, and I miss the old man, and I wish I could spend more time with him. So we're going to make this, in that faucet, we're going to have a little tear coming out of it, just a little bit of sadness that I miss my grandfather and the fact that you can't get time back. The one thing that I'm going to do for this build that I think is going to be very special for me and maybe for them too is when I was gifted the dustbin, my Uncle Larry was kind enough to bring wood that came out of the original dustbin 20 years ago. So what I decided to do, since there's only one woodworking piece in it, and that's going to be my 12-inch plate, is I wanted to use Dean's wood. I wanted to use something from 20 years ago that belonged to my grandfather as a little bit of a homage to this idea again of lost time, missing time with him. So what I did, and I did this earlier because I didn't really want to deal with this on camera, I took a piece of wood, broke her down, glued her together. So this right here is going to get cut out and turned into our 12-inch base plate. First things first though, I need to sand this sucker down. We got some glue on it. It's not 100% level across, but we're going to take care of that first, and then we'll go from there. Now that we got this sucker sanded down, got a nice little smooth surface on all sides, we're going to have to draw a 12-inch circle. Now, never forget something my tattoo artist said long ago, that he always claims that drawing a perfect circle is the hardest thing to do. Thankfully, there's a lovely thing called a compass. Not the kind that lets you get found or get you out of being lost, but a drawing compass. So we're going to be using that. We know where dead center is now. This thing's set at 6 inches since we're using the radius, and now we're just going to get ourselves a really shitty 12-inch circle. So my hand kind of bobbled it. I had to actually modify that compass because it wasn't able to go for 12 inches. Probably should have looked into that before I bought it, how wide that sucker goes. But let's try this again. How in the heck are we gonna do this? Okay. Maybe. Dag nabbit. Screw it. God hates a coward. This is not the way I wanted to use it, but it's the way we're gonna use it. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Now let's grab a ruler real quick. See how crappy that really is. Is it 12? I'll be damned. That's 12. And I'll be damned, that is 12. Holy crap, it worked. Mental note, buy a better compass next time. Alright, now that we got our circle here, now we're going to take it over to the bandsaw and we're going to cut this shape out. Now that we got our plate cut out, now we're just going to sand up the edges and clean it up. Easy peasy. Now that we got our base plate all done up, I left the cross on here for a reason. I got a few more reference lines I need. First up, the clock I'm going to use. It's got a 3-inch back, and I want it dead center. So I've set the compass for 1.5 inches, which is the radius, and we are just going to add a quick 3-inch circle around this sucker. So now we know where we're going to be having our clock at. And the way I'm going to get the hole out of there is I'm going to take a big old spade bit, drill down in there. Once I'm in there, I'm going to use this little handsaw right here, cut in, cut around it, carve it out. The other thing I need to do for a reference, the square studs that's around the chimney pipe's hole up there, I had Nate order it. I had Nate measure it. I will be mounting 10 inches in between the mounting screws. It's kind of a problem, to be honest, because I was really hoping it would be like, I don't know, 6 inches, something like that. But them's the breaks. That's what I'm dealing with. So knowing that it's going to be 10 inches apart, what I need to do now, in order to kind of hope and pray that my build goes proper, I need to mark references, and I'm going to drill 2 quick pilot holes. One, it'll help Nate when we finally get it to him, but 2, it'll give me an idea of where I can actually build and what kind of art I can do around it. I already know for a fact the one over here on the right, it's going to cause an issue with what I designed. So we'll figure it out. Probably a little bit of some assembly may be required on the day of. So we'll see how it works out. But for now, let's get this hole out of the way. Alright, so not only do we have our hole for the clock face, we also have our pilot holes in. Now we have all the references we need so that we can kind of design this thing. I did just send Nate a text. Now remember, he has no clue what the heck I'm doing. And I just sent him a picture of that, and I said at this point we could leave it as a glory hole. Your call. All I get back is only Santa could use it. I've been a very good / bad boy. So apparently we're not doing a glory hole, we're moving forward with the eye. All that to be said, now it's going to be a whole lot of me trying to figure some crap out, because again, I don't do metal. I have over here, mind you, it didn't come from Amazon, but it's what I'm using, a big old bag of gears I got salvaged recently. So at this point, this may be the end of day one, or not. I don't know what's going to happen, because I got to now do a lot of figuring. So we'll just kind of pause, see what happens, and maybe we come back, maybe we don't. We'll see. Now to figure this crap out. Alright, so I'm going to officially call it quits for day one now. I've spent the last probably 2.5 hours just playing with stuff, trying to get my head wrapped around steampunk in this build. I've learned a few things in the last several hours. First off, Nate, love you. Secondly, hate you. Steampunk is not something that I am definitely adept at or truly understand. I mean, I did a lot of like Google image searching. I did all sorts of stuff. Definitely out of my wheelhouse. So I am not feeling confident about myself, but you know, the key is that I want them to be happy. So I hope whatever I come up with as I continue to work on designs for the rest of the evening, I ultimately come up with something that comes out proper. So this is me signing out for Dean's Dustbin. If you are feeling frisky, please like, share, subscribe, hit the little bell icon over in the corner. You can also go check out my other YouTube channel, Redneck Cooking with Billy Ray. We do something there every week, so more fun and get to stare at this gloriousness, you know. It's sexy. But that's it. So, hope you have a good one. Later.